We're getting down to the end of our tricky stitches for the Weekender. We're down to the 3 needle bind off. It is the shoulder finishing portion here on the pattern before you get to the sleeves. The last section we'll need to do is picking up the stitches on the sleeve. I wanted to show you what the finished product looks like. When you do the 3 needle bind off, it will be a ridge at the beginning, but once you block it, it flattens out and it'll flatten across the shoulder, so it'll have that really neat effect like is in the photo. So let's look at how to do the 3 needle bind off. So I have the front and the back with the right side out on 2 needles, and I do mine on circular, and so I just have to pull one of the needles around. And when I did the initial last row on those, I left a very long tail on both sides. So that's actually what I'm going to use to, it's like 6 times the distance that I am going to need to cross here. So you put the 2 needles together and you're going to go in knitwise in the front, knitwise in the back at the same time. Wrap to knit, and then you pull that loop through both of the needle loops and then off. Just make sure you only pull one off of each needle. For the first stitch, you're also going to knit one more set, so you then have 2 stitches, and then you slip the first stitch off like that. And then you go ahead and do the second stitch and try not to knock it off like I just did. Put it back on. Okay. Stitch all the way through. So I then have 2 stitches again, and I slip it off. My yarn is a little splitty, so sometimes I have some issues. I'm going to try and pick it up again. There we go. And that's how you do it. That is the simple 3 needle bind off. I feel confident that you can get this done. So I'm going to do a couple more stitches just so you can see the motion. Knitwise through the front, knitwise through the back loop, pull them off, and then slipwise first stitch over the second. Knitwise, knitwise, wrap through, off, and then slip first stitch over second stitch. And again, knitwise, knitwise, wrap through, off, and then slipwise over. Knitwise, knitwise, wrap through, off, off, and slip. And I'm making sure I'm not tight so that I still have all that flexibility of that rib that's up there. And that's all you need to do. When you get to the end, you'll have the tails, the 2 tails from the neck line and the tail coming in here, and it allows you to really firm up. I can wrap a couple times and make sure that that's very firm, and then wrap in all those tails. And I feel very confident that I'm not going to split that seam at that point, and it gives a little bit more structure if you wrap a couple times around. So have fun doing the 3 needle bind off.